So this video is going to be, I believe, part one of a series we're going to start calling Rebuilding It. And in this one, we're rebuilding a set that we already had, and we might still have all the pieces, but we don't know. These guys are being too goofy. Welcome back to JR Brick Builders.
Okay. Can I go with Daddy?
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
I'm back to JR Brick Builders. This is me and Daddy and Jeffrey.
Jeffrey. If you couldn't understand him, he said, welcome back to JR Brick Builders. Thank you so much for watching this video. We've got an exciting one for you. We're not sure how it's going to turn out, though, because in this video, we will be building this Lego set. It is set number 70668, and it's called Jay's Storm Fighter. But we're not sure if we can finish this video or not, or finish this build, I should say, or not, because, well, let me show you.
I lost a little bit of pieces.
Yeah, we might have lost some pieces, but we're not sure yet. You see, this set, we've had it for a while, and the pieces are not in the box. The pieces are right here. They're right here inside this bin, and also some of them might be in this big bin of what I call the Lego set graveyard, otherwise known as the boys' random Lego piece bin. It has pieces from all kinds of sets.
Lego piece graveyard?
Yeah, that have, we've decided that, at one point we decided that there was no way of saving all these pieces. We were just giving up on those sets. Then the virus hit and I had a ton of extra time at home and decided to do this. There's our extras bin. There's some pieces. And there's some pieces.
They're all sorting.
And there's some pieces. And there's some pieces. So we finally got some pieces sorted. Now the question is, using these sorted, organized pieces, and the pieces in the bin, and the pieces in the graveyard, can we finish the set? Jeffrey, tell me, do you think that we will be successful and that we can actually build this? Really? So I think we can probably do it, or at least get really, really close. It's not like buying a set at a yard sale. We actually owned this set at one time. We still own it, but we actually bought it brand new and we had all the pieces. So theoretically, other than maybe a small piece or two that's gotten lost along the way, which we should have replacement pieces for because we have a lot of small pieces that are extras, theoretically, we should be able to build it again from all these organized pieces.
Organized thinking pieces.
So let's get started. Hopefully by the end of this video, we will have this Lego set finished. I forgot to show you one other thing we have to do before we can really get started, and that is find the instruction manual in this huge bin of instruction manuals. Oh, I think we might have just located it. Score. There we go. Now we can get started. We are making good progress with this set. I have had just a couple of pieces that I've had to go into the storage bins for, but that's what they're for. These are all pieces that were two sets, just like this one, and probably actually to this set. And we've just had to go into these and very quickly find bricks that we were missing. Otherwise, we're making good progress on it. You can see the feature where the wings separate.
And this was actually my set.
This was Rocky's set.
And I bought it with my Christmas money.
He did. He bought it with his Christmas money quite a while back, and played with it a few times, and then we started to lose some pieces. But that's okay, because it will rise again if we can find all the pieces. Rocky. Man, he's goofy. He's goofy. Rocky, now that you see how far along we've come, are you feeling pretty good that we're going to be able to complete this?
No.
What? Why not? It's going good so far.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. The whole thing is the top isn't even built.
Well, I know that. I know that it's not all built, but I feel like we have a lot of the pieces.
I'm gonna lock you up. Got ya.
I think we can do it. Well, so far this is coming along really, really well. I've made a lot of progress. I'm on I just finished, well, step 84, page 73. And yes, there have been pieces missing, but if they weren't in my pile of pieces that I knew were specifically to this, because we had kept some of the pieces together, then all I had to do was pretty quickly go into one of my storage containers. Once I did have to go in here, but it wasn't bad. I found it actually really fast. I got lucky. But yeah, once I've sorted these, it's nice because I know exactly where to go for the pieces. I get them. They probably were to this set originally anyways, because that's where all these pieces came from, were the graveyard sets. And it's going really smoothly now. So I have not come across any pieces that I just could not find. Fortunately, the specialized types of pieces for this, I'm pretty sure we kept all together. Otherwise, it might have been a little more difficult. But to this point, it's pretty smooth sailing. So I will say, at least for now, if you have some sets in a Lego graveyard like that, and you've been tempted to try and put them back together, if you sort them first, like I've done here, however you want to sort them, but if you sort them first, it does make it a lot easier, and it actually keeps the build enjoyable instead of frustrating, at least to this point. Okay, I will say I'm actually genuinely surprised at how well this build is going. Let me see if I can hold this up and give you an update on it. It's going really well. I guess that's the best way to hold it so that the things fan out. But I've got a lot of it together so far, and I have, again, only had to go to my spare parts occasionally, and they've been really easy to find because of how I organize them. So even though I'm not normally a very organized person, I'm actually feeling pretty good about myself. Feeling pretty proud of myself for the way I've organized these. I don't know if anybody else could find the parts they need, but in my mind, this system works, and it has helped me to build this. And I gotta say, it's really starting to look like I might be able to complete this and rebuild, and I guess you'd say resurrect this Lego set from the Lego grave. So let this be an encouragement to you if you've thought of rebuilding sets that you thought were long gone. If you organize all the pieces first, which is a pain, I will admit, but it makes it an enjoyable build and makes it possible. Well, I'm not gonna lie, this was really a needle in a haystack kind of project. This set, when I tell you that it was torn apart, played with heavily, missing pieces. I mean, the last time we had this together was probably 6 months ago, maybe 8 months ago, something like that. And it was wrecked. We had put a bunch of the chunks of it that we could find into a big plastic gallon-sized bag. But the rest of it just wound up in the big bin that I showed you of the boys' Legos. Now, when I started this project, I thought there was a good chance that I would be showing you a half-finished thing at the end of this video, and I'm not. It actually came together, and it was complete. In fact, by the time I got towards the end, I kept thinking to myself, holy moly, I think there's actually going to be enough pieces here. As I was building some of the wings and these engines on the back, every step I would do on one, I realized there was plenty of pieces to do the other as well. And I thought, I want to get to the end of this. And sure enough, I did. So Rocky and Jeffrey are already in bed at this point, so I will have to wait until tomorrow to show them. But Rocky is going to be super, super pumped. Let's take a closer look at the finished set. Here's what it looks like. It is a pretty decent size set. It's kind of like a fighter jet, but Ninjago style. And the boys love the whole Ninjago theme. They like watching the show. They like the sets. But the cool thing about this one is it has this feature here. Obviously, these wings can fold up and down. There's a little bit of movement to these engines. There are torpedoes in the bottom that you can shoot out. I was shocked to find that we still had both. I couldn't believe we hadn't lost those. But then this little play feature here where you press that, it will click into place. So it's firmly in place there. And now you've got this thing spread out to fly like that. And it looks pretty cool. I think Rocky's going to be really excited. The question we'll have this time is, how long will it stay put together before it's destroyed again? It's a pretty fun build, so I guess I don't mind having to build it again at some point, but I'll probably wait a while. So thanks so much for watching this video. If that hopefully inspires you to go dig through some of your Lego bin, if you have something like what we have where it's just pieces and pieces all in one bin, if you do a little bit of work sorting things out ahead of time, you actually can, for the most part, put some sets back together. Now, like I said, we did have some of this one in chunks in a gallon-sized bag, so that did help a lot. But I still had to go to the big bin. I had to go to some of these boxes of organized pieces. But it was really quick because I knew exactly where the pieces were. So if you have sets you've been wanting to build, organize your extra pieces, organize everything, and it shouldn't be too tough.